Okay, so 9 months out for your wedding, what you'd really need to concentrate on is having all your main suppliers booked. So the likes of your photographer, videographer, florist. You should start investigating your cake, and by 6 months out really have that booked and locked in. You don't have to have your final flavours chosen at that stage, but at least have a deposit paid. And another one, any entertainment you're having, so band, DJ, Irish dancers, flamenco dancers, magicians, or whatever else you're having, really at 9 to 6 months you want to have all that locked in, deposits paid, confirmation letters received. Another important aspect is you need to start looking at your dress. From about sort of 9, maybe 10 months out, start investigating what you'd like, and by 6 months you'll need to have it ordered. Unless of course you're buying it second hand or sort of having it made by sort of maybe a dressmaker as opposed to a designer. But 6 months out is really the cut-off point for dresses. In addition to that, you'd really want to start looking at wedding rings and bands. If you're going to buy in a jeweller's, obviously you're only looking at a couple of weeks maybe to have it resized and refitted. But if you're going to have something made, bespoke, especially for you and your fiance, 6 months out is when you really need to start looking at that and speaking with the jewellers and the designers and that, and placing an order and discussing sort of settings and that, to give yourself plenty of time for it to come in. And around about then, you'd want to start considering the likes of your music and your readers and the types of readings you'd like for your ceremony. And talking to your priest or your celebrant at this stage is a really good idea. They'll be able to direct you as to what's appropriate and what's allowed. And obviously your stationery. About 5 months out from your wedding, you need to order all your wedding stationery. If you're just having your invites, obviously to order those. Your mass booklets or menus, save the date cards, anything like that. Now obviously for save the date cards, normally you would send these out to people who are living abroad who you'd like to invite to the wedding. They would probably want to have gone out a little bit earlier, maybe at the 9-month mark. To allow people to book the time off work, to save up and to see whether or not they can come to your wedding. Now, as I say, save the dates, they don't go to everybody normally. You can send them if you wish, and they're basically just your name, the date, and they normally say invitation to follow. It just allows people to sort of plan as to whether or not they can come back to Ireland or go abroad, wherever it is you're going for your wedding. So we're now sort of coming into about 4 months out. So at this stage you really want to be buying sort of all your little accessories in, the likes of your shoes and your underwear, particularly for your dress. You really want to have your wedding shoes and your underwear bought and ready for when your fittings begin, for when your actual dress arrives in, so that you can put your underwear underneath it so it all sits and it's all made in properly, so that the length of your skirt and your train are all sort of correct for the actual shoe that you'll wear on the day. And you'd really want to start breaking in your shoes at this point. And one thing brides always forget to do, they buy beautiful new shoes for their wedding day. Stunning, some pay hundreds on them, designer shoes, or maybe they're just, you know, from Barrett's, whatever you choose yourself. It's important that you start breaking them in. So 5-10 minutes a day over the course of 5 months. By the time you come to your wedding day, they're beautiful and comfortable. You won't even notice them on your feet, and you'll be so thankful because you'll be in these shoes from the get-go all day. So now you're coming into about 3 months. So really at this stage everything should be prepared, more or less ready. Obviously you'll have a few bits and pieces still left to buy and that, but all your suppliers at 3 months out, you should have them all booked and sorted and confirmed at this stage. So for all these details and really handy tips, you'll find them all in my new book here, which is called Distinctive Weddings, Tying the Knot Without the Rope Burns. So this will contain everything that you need to know how to plan your wedding. And it's available from all good bookshops, including Veritas, Hughes & Hughes and Eason's.